Change is a part of life, and it can often be difficult to embrace the unknown. However, when we step out of our comfort zone and open ourselves up to the possibilities of transformation, we can unlock the power of the mind and discover the joy of change. In this video, we will explore how our perception is shaped by life experiences, how to rewire our mind, set to create positive change, strategies for navigating the river of change, and how to find joy and freedom in embracing the future. By the end of this video, you will have the tools and knowledge to confidently take on any change that comes your way. Perception shaped by life experiences. Perception is shaped by life experiences, and this fact is evident in everything that we do. When we experience something, our five senses plug us into the external environment, and all of that information is processed in the brain. This process helps to create long-term memories via networks of neurons from which emotions are derived. This knowledge was demonstrated in an experiment involving subjects wearing lenses that divided vision into two halves, so that each eye saw a different configuration. As expected, the subjects who saw the different configurations for the first time felt more confusion than those who had seen it before. This showed that perceptive bias depended upon individual life experiences up until then. Most thoughts and feelings are based on past experiences through habituation. 95% of thoughts by age 35 are due to this kind of preconditioned thinking, leading to conscious perceptions shaped by beliefs, formed over time around topics such as God, spirituality, health, relationships, love. What's more, these unconscious perceptions form a lens through which people view reality from their own unique perspective based on their personal history. This fact was demonstrated in an experiment involving subjects wearing lenses that divided vision into two halves, so that each eye saw a different configuration. As expected, the subjects who saw the different configurations for the first time felt more confusion than those who had seen it before. This showed that perceptive bias depended upon individual life experiences up until then. The implications of this experiment reach far beyond the realm of physical sight. If an individual's unique life experiences can shape the way they perceive the world through physical vision, then it's logical to assume that this same logic also applies to other senses and mental processes. This information has powerful implications for how we think about our own lives and how we view events outside of our own personal experience. For example, 9/11 can be perceived very differently, depending on whether or not someone experienced 9/11 firsthand, such as being there when it happened. Additionally, this information can help us understand why some people have stronger feelings about certain topics than others. After all, most thoughts and feelings are based on past experiences. Rewiring your mindset to create positive change. The mind is powerful. It can be used to create positive change, or it can be used to maintain the status quo. Our beliefs and perceptions are often influenced by our memories from the past, rather than our actual external reality. This is why it's so important to have firm intention when trying to make a change. With enough energy, a change can be made that exceeds any hardwired programs or emotional conditioning in the body. When we select thoughts that bring rewards, like seeing your new puppy, it is normal for the brain to produce certain chemicals in anticipation of this event. However, if these expectations are negative things like a deadline or difficult coworker, then this can become an issue. To ensure our thinking is leading us in the right direction, we must be conscious of our negative default programming and make a conscious effort to rewire our mind set. We can do this by proactively inserting positive affirmations into our outlook. Changing internally will create a ripple effect, as biology begins to respond to the new mindset being adopted by the person, making it easier to evolve spiritually, financially, and relationally going forward. By changing our internal perspective, we're able to break free from our old patterns and create new ones that are more favorable for us, both now and in the future. Breaking autopilot. The journey to change emotional states. Our emotional states are strongly correlated to our life experiences. The more similar our experiences have been, the more our emotional state will be in line with those experiences. This is why it's so difficult to change, because we keep repeating the same patterns without realizing it. To change requires a different approach than simply thinking about and dealing with our emotions in the same way that we have always done. Change requires an awareness of our unconscious thoughts and habits that shape our behaviors, which can be achieved by observing ourselves through someone else's perspective instead of living with autopilot programming. This is where the frontal lobe of the brain comes in. It acts as the you, or conscious mind, enabling us to speculate possibilities, regulate emotional reactions, and control behavior. The journey to change emotional states begins with self-awareness. We can start by asking ourselves questions such as, what am I feeling right now? How does this emotion affect my behavior and decision-making? Is there an underlying belief or thought that is causing this reaction? We can also work on shifting our perspective and learning to view events from a more objective point of view. Instead of getting caught up in our own emotion, we can ask ourselves what is really happening here. And what does this mean for me? By doing so, we create more space for our conscious mind to analyze the situation and make better decisions. Additionally, we can use techniques such as hypnosis, mindfulness, and cognitive behavioral therapy to reprogram our unconscious mind and replace negative thought patterns with positive ones. When we can become aware of who we are being rather than just following programmed responses, we have the ability to modify ourselves for more success in life. Crossing the river of change requires making different choices each day, versus continuing on autopilot with previous decisions that lead to the same outcomes. Over time, this will result in a permanent change that leads us closer to achieving our goals and dreams. Navigating the river of change. Strategies for comfort and success. We all know that change is inevitable. Whether it's the natural cycle of life, the revolutionizing of technology, or the ever-growing global population, change is always happening. And while change can be a source of discomfort and uncertainty, it can also be an opportunity for growth and success. When we transition from an old to a new self, we often cling to the familiar out of fear of entering our unknown potential. This fear can manifest itself in different ways. Through stress-related behaviors, example, smoking cigarettes, ignoring our fears and doubts, or clinging to negative thoughts and beliefs. However, if we are willing to step into the river of change, even if it's uncomfortable, we can break this cycle and achieve our goals. To do this, it is important to trust in the power of our unknown potential and focus on positive thoughts and behaviors. It's also important to use mental rehearsal processes, such as imagining yourself in your future success scenario to wire those changes in your brain for success. By using these strategies, even when things feel difficult, you can navigate your way through the river of change with ease, finding joy and freedom in embracing the future. The future is always full of uncertainty, but that doesn't mean we can't find joy and freedom in embracing it. The truth is that finding joy and freedom in our lives comes from viewing the future in a positive light. By imagining a bright and successful future for ourselves, we allow our unconscious minds to believe that their successes are possible. This allows us to cultivate hope in difficult times, which can help us stay strong during tough times. When it comes to achieving our goals, having a positive outlook on life is key. By visualizing the life we want and believing it is attainable, we make steps towards achieving these goals every day. This process of envisioning success also has tangible effects on reaching accomplishments such as better grades or career advancement. Seeing ourselves as capable of success not only benefits us emotionally, but also has tangible effects on reaching accomplishments, such as better grades or career advancement. Nurturing hope for tomorrow's possibilities allows us to have a balanced mindset even when facing hardships today. Having hope for the future gives us strength during tough times. When things seem bleak, and keeps spirits high despite challenging times, giving strength and encouragement. That makes anything seem achievable. When you proactively think about the path ahead, you gain peace of mind, setting off on a journey filled with potential growth through personal bravery. So whether you're looking for ways to relax or find personal growth, embracing the future will always bring something rewarding into your life. So friends, change is something that we all must face at some point in our lives. It can be difficult to embrace the unknown, but when we take the time to understand our life experiences and how they shape our perception, it is easier to rewire our mindset and create positive change. By understanding strategies for navigating the river of change, we are able to find joy and freedom in embracing the future. Taking these steps will help us unlock the power of the mind and create a brighter future. So, what are you waiting for? Take a step out of your comfort zone and start embracing change today. God bless you all.